Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken from the 7. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They'll run on first down. Baker fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Flushed out right. Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Henry. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Baker. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Darren Lee in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
6:37.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And New York set to take the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
No. Check. Patriot. Over. Gun.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. To the right side, complete to Miller. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Gun.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
734. Low.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A first down carry for Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Baker, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to let one fly for a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried? You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Detroit! Gun! Hot!
After the interception, here's Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. From the end zone, here's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter. because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over! Detroit!
From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Jets have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Darnold from the gun. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with Henry. And an alley to run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Dancing to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
Get down. New 80. 29. 29. 694.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
29.
From the gun, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Raiders on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
694. 734. 618. 808.
Shotgun now for Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
808. Get down, get down. Wide 85.
Carr now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion.
It's been my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey. 4 down. 637. You're mine. Ready?
Here's Carr to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This is taken at the 15. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney! Over! Detroit!
Darnold on 1st down. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the way in, touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 73 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, look at the juke. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, Baker, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw his Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Carr. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr. He can run for touchdown, Raiders.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. Take 4. Watch you now, Barney. Hot.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Gun. Over. Whip. Watch the whip. Gun.
Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gun. Over. Gun.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Gun. Watch you now, Barney. Big Ed. Watch you now, Barney.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Leopard! Watch you now, Barney!
He'll get it up the middle. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Jets have recovered. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Now a handoff to Crowell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st down, Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're again symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
6:37.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4.
29. 29. Purdue. 808.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Cook. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Express. Purdue.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they have the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, 734. You're mine.
Carr to throw again. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On play action, now Carr steps away to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for them. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Gun! Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Going underneath for Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Gun! Over!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Michael Bannon. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. On the return, it's Tate. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Throwing on first down is Carr. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Avery Williamson. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Johnson. There he goes right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This one taken from the 7. And he's got some space here.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
White Monday down.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
We're good, we're good.
On 2nd down, Baker, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
6:18. 6:37.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. No. 3 down. Gun.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Over!
52, block 52. 52's the mic.
Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.